Hi everybody, it's Jenna from Jenna Stitches. Today is Saturday, December 17th, and I'm coming to you with a different kind of video today. So, welcome to my channel if you are new here. If you like this content, please think about checking out some other content on my channel and subscribing if you like it. I would really appreciate it. Always looking for more people to join us here. And if you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back and watching my videos. I really do appreciate that as well. But as I said, I have a little bit of a different type of video today. So I had a company called vipcrossstitch. All their information will be in the description box down below. Reach out to me to see if I would like some of their product to show on my channel. And I did say yes. I think I've mentioned before, probably more than once, that I used to be quite the avid crocheter. I am an avid crocheter. Quite the avid cross stitcher. Was kind of the hobby that got me into the yarn arts. From cross stitch, I went to knitting. Didn't really care for knitting too much. I do like it, but not as much as I like crocheting. But then I went to crochet. So I used to cross stitch day and night, just like I do crochet, but crochet has kind of taken everything over. But I have a lot lately been wanting to get back into it, going around the house and just kind of cleaning up and getting rid of things I don't need. I keep finding, cross stitch stuff and I'm like, ooh, I want to work on this. But then I'm like, oh, I want to crochet. So it actually came at a great time because it is something I've been thinking about a lot lately, getting back into that hobby and wanting to do some things. Now on their website, they do also have other hobbies. I know the primarily is cross stitch and diamond painting. But they do have some crochet stuff. It's not like yarn or anything, but I know Trish from the Purple Yarnivore had gotten some yarny related tools from the website. I only went with cross stitch patterns because I was kind of looking for it at the time. But they do have diamond paintings. I personally am not really too big of a fan of diamond paintings. I actually have quite a few of them. But I get very annoyed with them very quick. Like I'll put like 6 or 7 of the little drills on there and then I get bored and it takes too long, which is surprising because, cross stitch takes forever and so does crocheting depending on what you're making, and so does knitting. So I don't know why diamond painting's any different, but, I almost got a diamond painting and a cross stitch, but I really wanted the 2 cross stitches. So that's what I went with. So I will show you the 2 I got and kind of let you know my thoughts. One of them I have already started working on. I was going to do a like right out of the package type thing, but I thought to really give an honest opinion of the website and everything, I needed to actually work on one of the projects. So I did a very little bit of it, but I have worked on it enough to kind of have an opinion. So I'll show you the one I haven't started yet. And if I can pick it up, I don't know what happened to the paper it came with. If you can hear my TV in the background, which I don't know if you can, but Erin from Crafting Kitty is saying, thank you. I don't know what the video is about, but I know I have YouTube playing out in my living room and I just hear Erin go, thank you. And it was really cute. I don't know where the pattern went to this one. Okay, well, I'll show you the cross stitch itself and everything it came with, but I don't know what I did with the pattern. But here is the first one I ordered. I don't know if you'll be able to really tell what it is, but there it is. And yeah, you definitely can't tell. This is a Harry Potter one. I really wish I knew what I did with the piece of paper that came with it. What was that? My laptop? Okay, well, I can't find it, but it is a Harry Potter one. It has like a table with a book and a wand, and I believe Harry's glasses on a table in the front, and then there is Hogwarts. Oh my god, I almost forgot the name of the school. In the background, and an owl flying through it, probably Hedwig, but you can kind of see it just a little bit in the top corner, but that is blurry. Maybe if I get out of frame, you can see it a little bit better. But the paper that came with this, and with these, I've actually never worked on one of these types of cross stitches before where it's all like color coded on the canvas itself. I have started one already, like I said, and I am liking it so far. What was I just gonna, can you stop, please?
Show them this.
No.
Okay.
So you don't really need the pattern for it because everything is right on the canvas. I was a little worried about it because, again, I've never worked on this type before. So I was like, am I going to be able to follow it with just the canvas? But now that I've looked at the other one and actually worked on it a little bit, I think I would be able to work off the canvas just fine. So I'm thinking I might have just gotten rid of the paperish type pattern that it comes with. But I will say the pattern that came with this was extremely blurry as far as the picture of what it should be in the instructions. The way they were printed, you could barely read them, and the picture was very, very blurry. And there was some type of coating on the paper. I'm not sure what it was, but it made my hands extremely dirty. And when I opened it and looked at it and then put the paper down, I had picked up my crochet hook and started working on the sweater I've been making, and whatever was on the paper that got on my hands got on my hook, and my hook was squeaking really bad against the yarn, and it's the same hook and the same yarn I've been using. I know that hook doesn't squeak. So it had to have been what was ever on that piece of paper. So I actually had to go like wash my hands and wash my crochet hook because it was horrible. So I probably just threw that paper away, to be honest, because it was kind of gross. Other than that, though, it was packaged very well. It came with, obviously, the canvas that you use to make it. It came with a little bag of goodies. Let me get it all out of here. Came with a needle threader, which I love. I'm fine with threading needles, but I do like to have the tool to be able to do it too. It came with this little ring. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be, but it also came with a little puff ball or pom-pom with all the needles in it. Now, 2 of these needles are from the second one. I'll take those out. It did come with, for this kit, 5 needles, and they are gold-plated eye needles. I don't really know what the significance of that is, but I know like a lot of the yarn needles that we use for crochet, if you get the metal ones, sometimes they're gold plated too, and they tend to glide easier, in my opinion. I don't know if that's what they're supposed to do, but these are all gold plated. You can kind of see that in the camera. So I thought that was really cool. 5 needles for one kit is amazing. I know the ones that I used to buy when I did the hobby, you would get 1 needle and I would always break it or lose it. So I'm glad it came with 5. I'm thinking this little gold thing might be for that because that's what I was using it for, but I'm really not sure. But it did come with all that in a little baggie. And then it came with all the floss. So it actually came with quite a few that were hanked up. So there was 5 of these. And, 6 of them. There was one hiding. Did this one come with it? Yes. So it came with 2 of the blacks, 1 of these dark navies, 2 of these lighter navies, and then a purple. And then it came with a card with all the other floss on it. It is quite a large pattern, so it does come with quite a bit of floss. If it's the same floss that came with the second kit, which I'm assuming it is, so far very, very good quality. I've had no issues with it. It's very nice to work with. It's very silky and soft. And you can see the shine and everything on it if I hold it up. So very nice from what I can tell so far. I don't know what brand it is or anything. This company is based out of China, I believe. So it could be DMC, it could be an off-brand, but either way, it is good quality. My complaint about this is that the card that they give you, especially for such a large pattern, is just a very flimsy piece of cardboard. I would like to keep this throughout the whole length of working on the project, and I know it's just not going to last that long. Once I start taking these off to use them and putting them back on, those eyes are just going to rip. And this, again, is very flimsy cardboard. There's already, you know, a little break in it just from mailing. And I would prefer something else with these. Not that I mind that they came hanked up, but what am I going to do with them once I have to start using them? So maybe something I would do differently is include a better quality holder for the floss and maybe an extra one that people could use to put these on if they wanted to. But that is everything that came with the first kit. And then the second kit is the one I've been working on, and I actually... There's the paper. It was under the other one. And it feels dirty. I don't know what that is, but here is the picture of what it will be. And, ooh, there you go. It comes up perfectly clear on camera, but if you were to look at that in person, it is extremely blurry. And again, the instructions are coming up pretty clear on camera. In person, extremely blurry. But it does have the full chart that matches the canvas on this weird paperish type thingy. Which again, I probably won't use, but there it is. And yes, it already left residue on my hands. I'm not sure what is wrong with it. But the second kit I got, I don't know if you'll be able to see again, is a Beauty and the Beast one. So it did come with this paper with, again, the pattern for the canvas on it. I probably won't use it. If you can tell on camera how wrinkled this is how it came. I don't appreciate that, to be honest. I really don't think with as wrinkled as it is, it came like that from being mailed. The package was in pretty good condition when it got here. The package that this was in was not crumpled at all. And honestly, in person, it looks like somebody crumbled this up, took it out, straightened it back out, and packed it. So, again, I'm not going to be using it because I can follow the pattern that's printed on the canvas, but that is kind of ridiculous. Don't know what other word to use. This one also came with 2 hanks of black yarn, and then the rest of it is just on the little cardboard thing. This cardboard is a little bit thicker than the other one. I have a weird background. I don't know why it's making everything blurry. But this one is a little bit thicker, so it will last a little bit longer, but same thing. It is still some pretty flimsy cardboard. Probably will not last the lifetime of me working on the project. And I'm a little bit confused with these colors. So Belle from Beauty and the Beast is primarily yellow when you think of her. Like, her dress is yellow. And these are all greens. So I was a little bit confused because the picture online, when I ordered it, looks like it would all be a yellow background, and that's what I was expecting, and this is the only yellow shade here. The rest is green. So that's a little strange. I don't know why the colorway for Belle would be green. But again, really nice quality floss. It did come with 2 different needles, this one. It didn't come with any like baggie with other stuff. These needles were inside the canvas when I opened it, and you can see that one is bent. So I didn't even get through a 10 by 10 square of working on it last night before one of the needles bent. So definitely not good quality needles. If you are looking into getting one of these, I would suggest maybe purchasing a pack from maybe Michael's or Joann's or something, because these are not going to last. Here is this canvas. You can see this one much clearer than you can see the other one. And you can see I have started working on the bottom. So I did do a 10 by 10 square down here, and then I did one line all the way across the bottom. And I didn't even finish it. They're just half cross stitches right now until like right about there I was doing full. But I ran out of thread and I didn't feel like working on it anymore. I didn't mention with the first one, but I will mention with this. These are 11 count canvases, if that means anything to anybody, but the lower the count, the bigger the space is between your holes. So the count is how many holes there are in every inch. So there's 11 inches per 11 holes per inch. I personally, when I used to do cross stitch, I started with 14 because that's kind of average, and found that I didn't like how spaced apart the holes were. I personally prefer like 20 and higher. So going down to an 11 count was definitely something that was different for me, and something I knew I probably wouldn't prefer too much. But that's what they have. I could only find 11 or 14 count, and honestly would prefer neither if I had a choice. But it really isn't bothering me too much. It's not as bad as I thought it'd be, but you can see down here with the 10 by 10 square that I did that a lot of the background is showing through. So that's a little bit disappointing. Again, I don't think that's really any fault of the companies. It's just the way the product is. One thing that I do really like about the canvases, though, is that it does say down here that it is 11 count and to use 3 strands to stitch. So if you're new to the craft and you're not sure like what to do or what size fabric it is, it's right there for you. And I know that was something I always didn't have an issue with, but had happened to me before when I would cross stitch. Is I'd start a project, I'd set it down for a while, and then go back and completely forget what size fabric I was using, because I would always use like 20, 22, 25, 18, 16. So I do like that. So that is the products that I got. The only other thing I would say is they reached out to me on November 7th, I believe, and asked if I'd be interested. And I believe I answered them that day, if not the next day. And it was very quick back and forth to decide, yes, I'm going to do this. Here's what product I want. They were very quick to be like, okay, we'll get that out to you. Here's what you got to do. Here's what we need in your video. Then I didn't hear from them for roughly about 2.5 to 3 weeks. I don't know the exact dates off the top of my head, but I know it was about that time frame. And when I finally heard from them again, they're like, here's your tracking. Sorry, one of the products you ordered was out of stock, so it took a while. If I were an actual paying customer, that would not have been okay with me. Now, I did not get charged to get this product. It was given to me so I could feature it on the channel. But when I looked for what product I wanted on the website, it did not say that that product was out of stock. So if I was a paying customer, how would I have known? And then to not get it shipped out or hear anything from the company for 2.5 to 3 weeks, again, it wasn't like I paid any money for it. So honestly, not that big of a deal. But if I was paying for it, an email after I said, here is what I want, to say, hey, one of them's out of stock, do you mind waiting for it, would have probably been a lot better. Also, once they did ship it out, again, that was probably about 2.5 to 3 weeks after I spoke to them. I just got this in the mail yesterday. Now, it is coming from China, I believe. Again, I'm not entirely sure, but I believe it is. But like, I know Ice Yarns can get yarn from Turkey to me in 3 days. I don't expect that from every company at all. I know some American companies, even not too far away from me, will take a week or longer to get to me. But I felt like it took a really long time. So that was 1.5 months in total from the time I said, yes, I'll do it. Here's the product I want, till the time I got it. That is factoring in the fact that it didn't get shipped for about 2 to 3 weeks because one of them was out of stock. After it shipped out, the website that is used for tracking for me was very kind of confusing. I wouldn't say very confusing because I understood it, but it was kind of confusing. It doesn't tell you what country anything is in. It really just gives you very minimal details, and the package got stuck in wherever Monroe Township is. And again, I don't know if that's America. I don't know if it's another country. So it could have got stuck there. I'm not really sure. December 6th was the last time the tracking was updated. And all it said is package arrived at Monroe Township. It never updated after that. I actually reached out to the company yesterday and via email and said, hey, I think at this point my package is lost. It's been sitting in somewhere called Monroe Township for 10 days now, because that was December 16th. It has not moved. Tracking has not been updated. And when I clicked on the tracking number, like I had been doing the whole time yesterday, it wasn't doing anything. So it led me to believe that the tracking number no longer existed and the package got lost. I got a slip in my mailbox yesterday from my post office letting me know that I had a piece of mail there to pick up. Had my husband go get it, and it was all this. So the tracking never got updated. I did later that day, instead of clicking on the link like I had been doing the whole time, I just took the tracking number itself and copied and pasted it into the website, and I could see that it did get updated from the December 6th of Monroe Township to December 16th at my local post office. But there was still a whole 10-day period where it didn't move. Whether it was really stuck there or it was moving and the tracking just didn't update, I don't know. But that was a little bit frustrating too. Again, I didn't have to pay any money for this, so it's not that big of a deal. But if I was a paying customer, that would have really upset me. So other than that, I'm excited to work on these. As you can tell, I got it in the mail yesterday and didn't even wait to start the video before I started one. But like I said, I did want to kind of get a feel for it too before I did the video. So far, everything seems great, quality-wise, product-wise, except for that needle. But it's a needle. They bend easily. So that's what I have for you. Everything about the website will be linked down below. I'll have their website address linked down below and a little bit of information about them. So definitely go check it out if it's something you're interested in. But I hope you all like this video, and I will see you all tomorrow for the next one. Bye.